Hi guys, you're going to have to kind of bear with me. I'm using my phone today and it's been a bit of a challenge to try to get set up. Anyway, I will apologize. I'm a little worn out today. Naturally I overdid it, which is pretty normal for me. But I thought I would talk to you guys about the Try Me kits. I mentioned it yesterday in my little video about how to do the magnets and the memory game. So with the Try Me kits, you get a board surface. So I'm showing you this one, which it can go either this way or this way. Okay, so this is one of the board surfaces that come with it. You also get an A-size transfer. This is a couple of the pieces from the A-size transfer. You also get a mini squeegee, and you get 2 paste samples, which will allow you to use more than one color on your project if you want. So what I'm going to do today is the Love Brings Us Home. This one I believe is $19 and something to buy the kit, and then it's $6.95 flat rate for shipping. You can add another A-size transfer for $9.99 so that you can put one on each side of your board. You can also order another board. These transfers can be used many times. They can be used, I think, 8 to 12 times. I can't remember exactly, as long as you treat them properly. This one, I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of color on it because I have used it before. So I thought that this would be a good one to kind of show you that, yeah, you can use it more than once. So right now I'm going to take the transfer off of the backing. Normally you would fuzz your transfer. I have a fuzzing cloth right here from Chalk Couture. If you don't use that, you can always use your pant leg, you can use a towel, anything like that. You just don't want it too sticky. When they're brand new, they're very, very sticky, and it makes it very difficult to get them off of your surface. So now I'm just going to place my transfer down on my surface, and unfortunately I can't let you see me end what I'm doing. So I placed the transfer on there, as you can see, and now you can really see there's white because I used white before. So the 2 colors that you will get if you order the Try Me kit from my website under specials is you will get guava. Just a second. This is guava. It's kind of a orangey, peachy kind of color. I am actually going to use raspberry sorbet because it's a pretty pink, love. And you will also get white, and I'm using white today. Now, let's see if I can try to do some of this where you'll be able to see it. So, you will have a little paste packet, and if you watched my little video yesterday about my how-to, I think it was magnets or something along those lines, then I explained how to open the packet, how to squeeze it into a container like this. This is the color I used yesterday. And that you might need to add water because you want it to be in a yogurt consistency. You don't want it to be very thick, because if it's very thick it dries out very fast and it won't come out on your transfer very well. So this right here, now I left a spray of distilled water in here when I closed it last time. Ooh, it's quite thick. So I'm just going to stir it up. And you want to stir it really well. Like I said, you want to have a really kind of thin consistency. I think I'll just do 1 spray of water. Now I'm using distilled water because I'm using an actual paste jar. When you use the little singles, which actually can last, another designer wanted to know how long that paste would last. So she used an A-size transfer like this, and she was able to use one paste single 8 times on that transfer. Now, I'm sure she was very frugal with it, knowing a little bit more about it, and made sure that it was plenty thin enough, and probably got all the extra out of that container. But so here is my pink. Now, the way I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do the O. Instead, I'm going to forget about the O for now, and when I'm done, I'm going to put this heart that came with it where the O goes. But when I do that, the rest of this is likely going to be dry. Now I'm going to try to be fancy here and do pink for the L, V, E, and the heart when I have it there, and home. And then I'm going to do white for the little house and for brings us, okay? Now, let's see if there's some way I can kind of do this. Again, you'll just have to bear with me because I'm learning all of this stuff and I need to find a good way to do it. So I'm going to start with some pink on my mini squeegee. And because I have used this stencil before and I did have some issues with it before, because my paste was too thick, it was right when I was brand new, it may or may not work out real well for me. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see. I have some spots that I'm not sure that the paste will get through. So like I said, you can use these transfers generally 8 to 12 times. If you do like I did, I mean, we'll find out how well this is going to work. So typically, once you're done with your color, what you're going to do is you're going to stick it straight into a water bath. So I have a container over here to my left, which you can't see, which is filled with water for me to place this right into it. So now I'm done with the pink, and because I was not very smart and didn't have the white ready, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeegee some of the pink, trying not to waste, and I'm going to have a little pink that's going to be on this that we'll have to deal with later. The good thing about this chalk paste is that you'll be able to easily wipe it off without ruining anything. So right now I'm going to pull this off. You always want to do it straight. You don't want to do it from corner to corner. So I'm pulling from the top and I'm just going to pull it all straight off. And like I thought, I did have a little bit of issue. First of all, I have a few spots here that I'm going to have to clean up here on the side and there on the bottom. But also, if you look down here at the L, it didn't come through very well. Everything else did really great. So I'm thinking I probably didn't, looking at the transfer, I didn't do a very good job putting the paste on that L right there. So I'm going to do that here in a moment. So now that I'm done, well, I'm not done with the pink because I'm going to try to fix that L. So now I'm going to open my white paste and we're going to do the same thing with this one. Now you won't get these stir sticks with your sets when you order them, and this is definitely way too thick. The stir sticks are nice, especially with the jar. You can use just about anything to help stir. We also have a multi-tool that's really good. I don't have it out with me right now. But you can use popsicle sticks, stuff like that. Those just won't be able to be reused. So it'll be like a one-time use kind of thing if you use a popsicle stick. So again, I'm just going to keep stirring, looking for that yogurt consistency. And sorry, I stick my tongue out when I'm concentrating. I'll try not to do that for you guys. Let's see. I'm going to put some more water in there because that's still pretty thick. And white is actually the color that I had issues with before, that I didn't have it thin enough when I did it on the transfer. And that's, again, a little bit what I'm concerned about with this particular transfer, because this is the one that I had trouble with. The key is just to make sure that it's thin enough that it's not too thick and won't dry too fast. That is much, much better. Well, just trust me, it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this back down as close to what I had it as I can. Wish me luck on that one. And I can definitely see where I did mess up with that L. I didn't put enough paste on there. In fact, there's absolutely none on part of that L. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, so, I mean, you'll just have to bear with me. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover that other part of the L, so that hopefully, here, let's turn it sideways again so maybe you guys can see, because I did miss that part. And I'm just going to let that stay. Another thing I did before that I think may have been a bit of a problem is I would put some on there and then I'd scrape it right off. And I think putting the thicker layer on and then letting it sit there while you're doing this, I think that's actually a little bit better, because then it doesn't dry out as fast. Once you scrape it, it's going to dry out fairly fast. So wish me luck on this one, guys, because I'm really hoping that this works out. I'm really hoping I don't have to try to replace a transfer. Oh, you know what? I need to do white on my little house down at the bottom. So we'll do that right now. All right. So now I'm going to do the scraping. Scrape that pink. And the white's going to be a little bit harder because it's a thin line. So I'm just going to do my best. Okay, and there's some that I still need to scrape. So that has a little pink in it, so we're not going to replace that. And then scrape the house. And now we're going to pull these off. So number one, and it did help with the L. It's still, I don't love it, but that was my own fault because I wasn't paying quite enough attention. Now there's going to be a lot of touching up I'm going to need to do, because you can see there's white lines and pink lines. The Brings Us turned out pretty good. There are a couple spots where I can see it didn't quite come through, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's kind of the key thing. And right now I'm putting these transfers in the water bath so that they can start rinsing off. Oh, I have chalk paste everywhere, all over my fingers now. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to do, and actually I think I'm going to, I don't have a paper towel, actually. Yes, I do. All right. So I'm going to try to clean up those spots. Remember, this kit is like $19 and something, plus $6.95 for shipping, unless you're a Club Couture member, which if you join Club Couture, it's $19.99 a month, plus your shipping cost drops to a flat rate, $4.95 shipping, which you don't get those shipping rates as designers. You pay based on the weight as a designer, and let me tell you, it can get up there if you're ordering a lot of stuff. So, all right, really don't like that L, but that's okay. So one of the key things to remember also is that if you don't like how something turns out, because of the way this is, the chalk paste, it's so easy to get rid of it. You just wipe it off, it's gone, wet it and wipe it off, which I may show you here in a minute, or at least show you how it won't just come off. So, I mean, you're actually going to have to want it to be off. Okay, so I just put the heart on there. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And this one I'm going to do the pink. So I'm just going to stir that up again because it's kind of dried out a little bit, just sitting here. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to take the pink and swipe it down over that heart, and then, oh, and look, see, I made a mess again. But that's okay, because we can clean that right up. So now I'm going to pull it off, and look at that. Oh, well, I guess I need to show it where you can actually see it. And look at that. Not bad. Now again, I'm not loving that L, so I would probably try to fix it. Like you can take your little mini spatula. I'm probably gonna ruin this big time, but like I said, you can always wipe it off and do it again. And just try to fix that L. Just because I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist. Oh my, I am making a mess of this. But that's okay. So I would redo this because I don't like that. But I'm just going to wipe off the little bit of pink I got down there over the V. All right, so this would be your finished project. Yeah, and you sit it on there. So you may actually want the house a little higher too. And that's what it would look like. And you have everything in that Try Me kit that you need in order to make this. And some of this down here is dry, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. Like I said, this is a little spray bottle of water. So I'm just going to spray it. I sprayed down by home. It's not running. It's not doing anything, right? I'm just going to wipe it. And I got a little bit of pink on this, and it started to come off just a little. But if it just gets wet, it's not going to start running. You actually have to try scrub to get it off. And like I said, I don't like that L, and I really messed it up. So I'm going to end up redoing it. But it shows you how easy it is. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that some of you go ahead and get the Try Me kits. They're absolutely amazing and so much fun and really, really inexpensive. If you were to buy all the stuff that's in the Try Me kit, you would end up paying 20% more. It's at a 20% discount in order to purchase it as a Try Me kit. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope that you look into it. We have 4 different Try Me kits available. You can always throw in another transfer, for the same shipping fee, or another surface. So if you wanted to do a few of these as gifts, especially Mother's Day and things like that are coming up. So enjoy, and good night.